Hey man, you like Bruce Lee stories? Well, that's good. That's real good. Cause I got this Bruce Lee story about people getting knocked out in some Hong Kong rooftop fights that I want to tell you about. So I got this message from a few of y'all while I was in Bangkok celebrating Chinese New Year about a video that Beerdy posted about how Bruce Lee took on 6 people in some Hong Kong rooftop fight. Now, I didn't have time to take a break from my holiday to look at that video, but I decided to take a break from the video that I'm working on right now to take a quick look at Beerdy's video. And after I watched it, I had to stop what I was doing to post a quick response. So Beerdy starts out this crazy story like he always does. People all over the world write him about these crazy Bruce Lee stories that no one has ever heard. Like this guy who apparently just sent him some deathbed confession about how Bruce Lee completely ruined his life. So this guy was a boxing coach, but he also ran a real kung fu school. And after Bruce Lee became an intercontinental collegiate boxing champion and the highest ranked boxer in all of China, this dude, who we're gonna call Some Dumb Guy,
there is an old sage called Some Dumb Guy,
decided that he's gonna have one of his fighters challenge Bruce Lee in his 23-0 boxing record. Now, just to be clear, because I know there's gonna be that one person in the comments who's talking about 23-0 intercontinental boxing champion, you're a crazy Bruce Lee fanboy. This is all stuff that Beerdy has been saying in his videos.
He never lost a match. I think he ended up becoming 23-0.
Now, we all know that none of that stuff is true.
Because we understood that this nigga was clearly lying.
But I've actually encountered a few people online who actually believe this stuff that Beerdy is saying. And I'm going to have a video addressing them coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, Coach Some Dumb Guy has scheduled a match to challenge the Intercontinental Junior Collegiate Boxing Champion and the highest ranked boxer in all of China, our very own Bruce Lee. Well, as expected, Bruce Lee completely outclasses the other guy, and Coach Some Dumb Guy is completely humiliated when his fighter loses. So, I mean, after your best fighter gets destroyed in a boxing match, well, what does any sensible person do? I know. Let's challenge Bruce Lee to a street fight, because all that stuff he just did to your best fighter in the ring, that's not going to work in the street where there are no rules.
I do the stuff for the street.
Now, according to Beerdy, this guy didn't know about Bruce Lee. I mean, it's not like Bruce Lee was this big teenage movie star in Hong Kong or anything. And according to Beerdy, Bruce Lee wasn't already the Intercontinental Junior Collegiate Boxing Champion and the highest ranked boxer in all of China. But what Beerdy meant is that this guy didn't know that Bruce Lee was one of Yip Man's Wing Chun students, or that he was already getting into street fights with his other Wing Chun classmates. So the story goes that this boxing coach and 6 of his kung fu students challenged Bruce Lee to a fight. Well, Bruce, being the level-headed young man that he is, he says, "Hey guys, we can't fight openly out here on the streets. The police will get us. Let's go fight up on a rooftop where no one will see us." So they go to the rooftop, and can you believe it? Bruce Lee knocks out Coach Some Dumb Guy. And well, Some Dumb Guy's 6 students can't believe that Bruce Lee just knocked out their teacher, so they decide that they're gonna jump Bruce Lee. Well, at this point, stuff has completely hit the fan. And you know what happens when Bruce Lee gets serious? He pulls out the Northern Praying Mantis Kung Fu, because that's the style that is most effective for taking out multiple opponents, right? So Bruce Lee goes through all 6 of Coach Some Dumb Guy's students with his Northern Praying Mantis. You know, the stuff that he learned from some monks in Hong Kong. That's when he wasn't also training with his Sifu, Yip Man. So after Bruce Lee humiliated Some Dumb Guy's best fighter in a boxing match and knocked him out along with 6 other students on some rooftop in Hong Kong using Northern Praying Mantis, well, Some Dumb Guy was forced to go into hiding due to the loss of face. And after all of those years, Coach Some Dumb Guy decided to tell the story to his son, who wrote the email to Beerdy in Cantonese, and Beerdy had to translate it. all because he wanted the world to know how awesome Bruce Lee was and that Northern Praying Mantis was an effective style at beating multiple opponents. But look, this is what I don't understand. If Coach Some Dumb Guy had this secret fight with Bruce Lee on a rooftop where Bruce Lee knocks him out and then beats up 6 of his students with Northern Praying Mantis, well, why did he have to go into hiding? Why, Beerdy? I thought the whole point of going up on the rooftop was so that no one would know about the fight. How do you lose face from a secret fight that no one knows about, Beerdy? The other thing, if Coach Some Dumb Guy got knocked out, then how did he know that Bruce Lee beat up his students using Northern Mantis Kung Fu? I mean, that's not even getting into the question as to how Bruce even learned Northern Mantis. I mean, yeah, Beerdy said that Bruce Lee learned Northern Mantis from some Shaolin monks, but come on now. We all know that's not true.
Whatever he's saying, he is lying.
Beerdy, I know you watch these videos because look, now you're talking about Bruce Lee fighting judo grandmasters, and that's after I just posted 2 videos about Bruce Lee's judo training. Stop the cap, homeboy. Bruce Lee didn't learn any Northern Mantis from any damn Shaolin monks. The only Northern Mantis that was being taught in Hong Kong when Bruce Lee was a kid was 7-star Northern Mantis, and the only guys who would have been teaching it were guys with the Hong Kong Jingwu Association. All of the Northern and Southern Mantis that Bruce Lee initially learned, it came from Fook Young when Bruce Lee got to Seattle. The Mantis stuff that he was teaching to Dan Inosanto and the Los Angeles Jeet Kune Do guys, that was all Fook Young stuff. Second, why does this story sound exactly like the story you told about Bruce Lee going to karate dojos with Jim Kelly and they were beating up all the students? This is the second time I've heard you tell a story about Bruce Lee knocking out some teacher and then beating up all their students with Northern Mantis. Beerdy, you told the same lie twice. I mean, you could have at least lied and said Bruce Lee threw out all the Jeet Kune Do stuff and then fell back to Wing Chun. Everyone says Bruce would always fall back to Wing Chun, including Dan Inosanto. So the next time you put on one of these lies, stop shilling out for Northern Praying Mantis and just say Wing Chun, bro. Seriously, I'm starting to think you either have a hard-on for the Mantis stuff that was in that movie, Invincible Shaolin, or maybe you might actually train some Northern Praying Mantis stuff and you want people to think it's legit. Beerdy, this 23-0 Intercontinental Junior Collegiate Boxing Champion? Bro, stop. Bruce Lee won 1 boxing match at a tournament between his Catholic school and another Catholic high school. I don't know why Beerdy needs to make up these fake stories about Bruce Lee, but I get it, man. Bruce has been gone almost 50 years, and people are still talking about him. But what I don't understand is why you need to lie and tell these fake stories, Beerdy.
There is no some dumb guy. He is a computer.
Like the story you told about Bruce Lee and Jim Kelly traveling to karate dojos all over the United States and they were beating up karate students? Or what about this story about Bruce Lee fighting Grandmaster Baxter at one of Jun Ree's karate tournaments? But Beerdy, if you want to keep making up these fake stories, hey bro, it's all good. It makes it easier for me to drop some interesting facts about things that actually happened in Bruce Lee's life. Like the video that I'm working on right now about how Yip Man wasn't Bruce Lee's first kung fu teacher. And I'm not talking about his father dragging him to Tai Chi classes when he was like 6 years old. So Beerdy, you have to stay tuned for that video because guess what? It's not going to be some Shaolin monk who secretly taught Northern Praying Mantis to Bruce Lee either. But anyway, y'all, I got to get back to work on that other video. So in the meantime, y'all keep training, remember to breathe, and I'll see you on the next video.